Good morning, everyone. You can type your comment. If you can hear us clearly, you can type your comment over here. Please say hi. Hello, Javis. Anybody watching? You can say hi. Hello. Hope you can hear us clearly. Hello from Hitachi Sunway. Okay. Hi, Xiaotian. Okay, let's start at 10:05. Maybe we'll just wait for the others. Okay, thanks. You can see me, Xiaotian. Hi, Isaac. Thank you for the comments. Hello, Miss Janet. Good morning. Okay, I think we need to start. Okay, good morning again, everyone. Thank you for taking your time today in joining us with our live webcast. We will have two sessions. First, we will share with you on Siemens Digital Machine Shop and how would it help to unlock your manufacturing potential. Second session is on Lenovo's ThinkReality. We will share with you on scaling enterprise with AR and VR solutions during this pandemic. We will have a lucky draw at the end of the presentation, so remember to stay with us. Okay, over to you, Miss Janet, for the introductory speech.
Talk about ThinkReality and Machine Shop. As we know, the world of the manufacturing is rapidly changing, responding to the consistently evolving market needs. Or market manufacturing in time of a global crisis only underscore that the need for the high efficient and flexible parts of productions. Today, we would like to talk about how to meet the manufacturing demands for tomorrow and today. Customer getting expectations around the speed of pressuring machine shop to rethink how they bring product of the markets. Running a machine shop in today's economic environment can be very challenging. Competitions is might be local or overseas, impacting the profit margins. A lot of customers also increasing on the complex part with the top quality and yet require a deliver on incredibly short schedule. They are more of the challenges that we are consistently hearing from manufacturing that we talk about. And I would like to invite my colleague Stanley to talk about how digital shop benefit to the companies. Stanley?
Thank you, Jeanette. By digitalizing the end-to-end operation using one software system, machine shop can be transformed the way they make parts, achieving powerful advantages. This including automate end-to-end process to accelerate the productions, optimize processes to improve first-time yields and achieve higher part quality, accumulate and reuse knowledge to standardize operations, use revolutionary technology to stay ahead. The digital machine shop enable company to be more efficient, competitive, and profitable. Thank you.
Thank you, Stanley. Let's welcome to our business partner, Lenovo, to talk about how AR, VR benefit to use together with our Team Center technologies. And Pierre.
Hi, Janet, thank you very much. At Lenovo, AR, VR is a key part of what we call our intelligence transformation, among other topics like I would say edge computing or even IoT. And so far, we've developed a platform that we call ThinkReality, as Janet said, that enables companies to actually roll out these AR, VR technologies worldwide while facilitating the transmission of content or also the device management, I would say. As part of that, ThinkReality is also a key part of digitization because it enables companies to move from a 2D world to 3D, I would say, type of instructions. And using AR for that is actually a big advantage for many different companies. I'm mostly talking about removing errors while training new technicians or engineers. You're also talking about, I would say, following step-by-step orientation while being completely hands-free. So you're having glasses and you improve the knowledge retention. All those instructions comes from, I would say, enterprise system like Team Center PLMs from Siemens. And ThinkReality can actually be flexible enough to integrate with these systems. And we're mostly going to be talking today about use cases that we can explore today between ThinkReality and Team Center PLM. So excited to see the conference for today. Thank you, Janet.
Thank you, Pierre. Thanks, Pierre, for the introductions of the AR, VR technologies and integrate with our Team Center manufacturing. And stay tuned with us on our live demonstration and more use case.
Once upon a time, business as usual was often good enough. No more. Where we are going, good enough is dead. In a world where everything is connected, where everything is equally excellent, where performance is reaching perfection, there's only one space left to innovate in: you. Right now, you are a central point in the raging tornado of change fueled by digitization, mobilization, augmentation, disintermediation, automation. Well, the list goes on. Science fiction is becoming science fact. Think about self-driving cars or computers that can learn and think. The way we work will never be the same. The skills we need will be dramatically different. Winning or losing are now happening faster than ever before. So what's your response? How will you discover new opportunities in one of the most transformational times in human history? Are you driving change or are you being driven by it? Disruption has become the new normal. With change, it's always gradually, then suddenly, well, things really have stopped happening gradually. This change is exponential. Everything that used to be dumb and disconnected is now wired and intelligent. Cars, cities, ports, farms, even our bodies will be wired with sensors and will talk to each other. These game changers are also combinatorial. They amplify each other, creating a perfect storm of change. Quantum computing fuels big data. The Internet of Things fuels artificial intelligence and deep learning, which fuels robotics. However, Anything that cannot be digitized or automated will become extremely valuable. Human-only traits such as creativity, imagination, intuition, emotion, and ethics will be even more important in the future, because machines are very good at simulating, but not at being. Yes, robots and software will do some of our work, but this will allow us to focus on things that cannot be automated. To imagine change squared, you've got to start engaging more with what might be, not just with what is. Immerse yourself in the immediate future, 5 to 7 years out from today. We need to go beyond technology and data to reach human insights and wisdom. Technology represents the how of change, but humans represent the why. The future is about holistic business model. The opportunity is to be liquid, to learn just in time, not just in case, not single improvements, but complete transformations, not individual systems, but new ecosystems. Humanity is where true and lasting value is created. We will engage, relate, and buy things because of the experiences they provide, because of their transformative power. The future doesn't just happen, the future gets happened. The new way to work is to embrace technology, but not to become it. The future is in technology, yet the bigger future lies in transcending it. Let's live and lead from here.
Wow, that's a very informative video. We would like to acknowledge this digital transformation video from Mr. Jared Leonard, a futurist, speaker, and author who specializes in the debate between technology and humanity. Change starts in us. Together, let's innovate ourselves and be a game changer to succeed. Okay, without further ado, let me introduce our first speaker, our very own Mr. Stanley Yap. He is Hitachi Sunway Technical Product Specialist and leads a team of CAM technical engineers in implementing Siemens manufacturing solutions to the discrete industries. With more than 14 years of experience in the manufacturing industry, he was involved in DMG hybrid machining multi-axis deposition software training for DMG Asia Pacific customers. Over to you, Mr. Stanley. Hello. Hope you're doing great today.
Thank you very much for the introduction. Very good morning. Can you all hear me clearly? Right, I hope you all can hear me. Thank you for your time for today webinar. So my title today, I'm talking about digitalize machine shop and how you're going to unlock your manufacturing potential. Let's start. Machine shop support many industries. So we are going to talk about topics related to different industry. So as you know, machine shop manufacture parts for different industry. So in fact, a single machine shop can supply parts to multiple industry. So though very different requirements come into play, they are common object. So take a look at the slide over here. So the main objective for machine shop, regardless of the industry, is increasing throughput. The one of key competitive pressure, you can increase throughput by shortening machine cycle, faster setup, and reducing machine downtimes. Meeting the quality standard is critical. Consistently achieving high quality requires precise machinings, better finish, and using best practice to achieve repeatability. So which another elements of quality. So as you compete, So let's go back to this objective. So as you compete, you want to look at the new technology that will open up a new business opportunity. So we will look at the fields of the transformative technology, such as robotics and 3D printings, and we'll discuss the impact of this new technology on the manufacturing business. So by achieving this objective is a challenge for many manufacturers. So one of the main reasons are inefficient processes that have in place. So as shown the result of the study that was recently conducted by the industry analysts. So more than half of these machine shops use standalone CAD and CAM system. So the manufacturing data is controlled in only 1/3 of the companies. And 75% use completely disconnect CMM inspection processes. The most surprising discovery was that 61% of the machine shops still rely on paper to transfer data between planning and production. So clearly, this approach by manufacturer to use disconnected, partially automated process driven by separate technology is no longer enough to be successful today. Imagine a manufacturing operation in which people, system, and equipment are all connected, an operation that enable everybody to work with the same data through the entire process, ensuring that the right information is used at each stage of the productions. An operation that is fully automated, and you can achieve all by realizing your digital machine shop. Using integrated system, the digital machine shop enable manufacturing information to consistently flow through the processes, connecting all the steps of the operations. You can capture your company knowledge and reuse to improve efficiency. And you can automate the process by using the latest tool enabling company to achieve a seamless part manufacturing process from manufacturing engineering to shop floor. So today, we look at some of the key software technology that help you to realize your digital machine shop. So we also use terms called digital twins, and today that is very important concept as we talk about a digital machine shop. You can leverage a digital twins of your part, processes, and machine setup to define the best way to produce a part. While optimizing your operations, let's look at some example. Look at the slides. A 3D model, 3D solid model is a digital twins of the products that you are manufacturing. It's all start with a smart model of the machine's part. Now, let us see how the digital twins of the typical part can be drive the entire manufacturing process. The 3D solid model can be read or designed in a CAD system. The digital twins of the part model is input to the manufacturing process. Ideally, you want to work in the same software system where you design the 3D part model and define the entire setup, including features, so that we have one consistent environment. By using the same model definitions, you can take the data into CAM modules for ANSI programming to create and validate G-code to drive the machines too. Creating the associative and complete machines shop and documentation using digital twins, and we can complete the machining setup. Lets you drive the efficient and flexible production process. For example, if there's any design change or if you need to change the features, this update can be automatically replicated to the documentations all the way to the machine shop. In parallel, your quality teams can work on defining the inspection process. Increasing companies are using product manufacturing information in short we call PMI, attached to the model. The PMI data can include the tolerance and surface finish informations. Traditionally, this info would have been on drawing, and you need to manually enter the data into CAM or CMM system. Today, using the latest software, the PMI can be added to the model definitions during designing the part. And then use this data to automate your programmings. So in this case, the data and the part model to produce inspection program that are sent to coordinate measuring machines or CMM to the workshop. So here you can see the use of consistent digital track through the entire manufacturing process with NX. You can use one model in a single software system to go from part preparation right through programming and then down to the productions. And this model-driven process is one of the key of the digital machine shop that you can give you competitive advantages. This including associative the supply design data, concurrent workflow, and accurately and reliability. Ideally, manufacturers want to use a single CAM system that has all the functions they need to drive the entire parts manufacturing operations. However, many companies use separate incompatible CAM software package to program the equipment on the shop floor. So this can involve multiple data transfer or manual works, which impact the overall efficiency. Machine shop produce parts for many different applications across different industries. These are some of the key manufacturing domains, and each of them have different requirements. Mold and die machining involve machining hard material to machine the component of tooling assembly. Production machining typically involves production of largest volume of pre-mastered parts used in almost any industry. Complex parts made of lightweight material, such as those in aerospace and medical industry, often require 5-axis machining to cut the complex design on multi-axis machines too. Let's look Production machinings typically involve primitive parts that can have a simple geometry, but can require complex machining processes with many operation and setup. By automating the programming and optimizing the machining processes, can deliver significantly saving to your business. Conventional CAM system require user to create many boundary in order to generate two paths on primitive part, which is very time consuming and prone to error. And when there is a design change, you need to go through the same process again. With the warrant-based milling in NX, the programming process is automated and associative. You select the 3D model faces that need to be machined, and system calculate the machining volume and generate the two path to remove the material. If the design is changed, the two path update automatically. For multiple part programming, enable faster programming and setup with multiple parts. It can save use a lot of time when programming a largest number of parts. And for multi-functions machines, let you make part using millings, turnings, drillings in one setup, which can reduce the machining cycle and improve accuracy. And these complex machines can be challenging to program, but you can use the advanced tool in NX to simplify the process. You can visualize and control the machining sequence across multiple channels using a synchronization manager. And the system keep track of the in-process workpiece, providing seamless transfer to the workpiece between milling and turnings. 5-axis millings enable you to machine complex parts with fewer operations of setups, reducing cost to delivery times. With NXCAM, you can create precisely controlled 5-axis toolpath on complex surface with effective collisions checking. Advanced capability streamlines and ANSI programming to create multi-axis toolpath on challenging part. For instance, tube millings is a 5-axis operation used for cutting narrow hollow feature, including part for engine blocks. And the built-in expertise let you quickly create efficient multi-axis roughing and finishing operation with minimum inputs. What manufacturing like to do is program any job using one system. When it comes to the ANSI programming, you need to check if the CAM system offers the range of functionality you need. Many successful companies standardize the ANSI programming by using one system, which gives you them unique advantages such as a seamlessly programming process using the same data in the same software environments. That's how most of our customers leverage Siemens' comprehensive CAM system. They use NSCAM because it covers a wide range of ANSI programming capability, from 2-axis programming to turnings to 5-axis milling and the latest multi-functions machines. Let's see some of the capability for production machines in actions. To increase throughput and improve quality, manufacturers need to automate the operation, both in planning and on the machine shops. To automate the programming process, you can use feature-based machining in NSCAM. It can automatically recognize machining features and create complex machining processes. This capability is ideal for programming parts with many features such as pockets, slot, or complex hole. Let's say you got an engine casing with a lot of hole on it. To pick the hole manually and program them is tedious and it takes a long time. With feature-based machining, you can cut the programming time down dramatically, and it gives you the ability not only to go faster, but to get consistent result. This is because you reuse the same proven processes time and times again. You can also teach the system to recognize special features and to assign your special machining method. So when you need to program a similar job, NX will apply the preferred machining methods. Earlier, we mentioned the PMI data, right, that can be attached to the solids model. Feature-based machining in NXCAM can use these information to create the right processes to achieve the desired tolerance of finish quality. So company reduce programming times by such as 90% using feature-based machining. This is really interesting and extremely powerful way to automate the NC programming. It lets you capture your company best practice using the process template. Later, you can apply the stored processes to a similar job, ensuring consistency while streamlining the NC programming. Besides making the programming faster and result repeatable, and you can also capture your expertise, and these have the less experienced programmer just apply your know-how by using process templates. One of the big advantages in having a digital twins of your part and complete machine shop is the ability to validate the processes earlier in the plannings. So this is where the big savings come in. You want to avoid finding any possible problem with collisions, tooling or inspection on the shop floor in the real productions. This would delay productions or increase the machining's downtime that can affect bottom line. It's much cheaper to identify and fix any problem in digital world, so you can achieve error-free in productions. G-code-driven simulation is a powerful way to optimize your part manufacturing. Many companies use standalone, add on a simulation package in addition to their CAM system. Multiple data transfer, maintaining multiple set of data can prevent them from being efficient and flexible. With NXCAM, you can simulate the machine's tool inside the same environment where you do the NC programming. This allows you to validate the machine operation as you are doing NC programming. You can see what the G-code will do, like do change and not just a CAM instruction will do. And this is an important point because you can validate the complete manufacturing process using the digital twins of the parts, machinings, and process in NX. In summary, the G-code drivers allow you to accurately validate machine processes, simulate the context of your machines, and fully integrate inside NX. Next, I will show one of the case study. JK Machining is a small mold maker from US, supply tooling companies in several industries, including automotive and medical. And they focus on more extremely high production mold with fast cycle time, made from higher quality material and designed for 1 million or more cycles. CNC machine tool methods are necessary to manufacture this class of mold. So JK customer shares some of the same trend. The demand for higher quality require better parting line, better finish, and tighten tolerance. This underlying issue for both automotive and medical customer are quality, delivery times, and cost. Previously, JK Machining used standalone CAD and CAM system using a disconnect processes that require file transfer and additional manual work leading to an inability to properly handle frequent design changes. This inefficient production process limited JK capabilities and prevent them to bidding on many potential jobs. To grow the business and competitive, they needed more automated and efficient small production process. So JK Machining selected NX because of its integrated CAD/CAM capability, enable the company to automate end-to-end mold makings, including designing the entire mold and creating NC programming for all the components to drive their CNC machines. Using NX software automation for mold design and highly productive machining method, JK reduced model development time by 45%. NX integrated CAD/CAM capability also enabled JK to quickly implement design changes requested by customer. They simply import the updated part to NX, help them make all the necessary updates to the mold and its components. By capturing and reusing their best machining practice, JK machining engineer can program complex mold 70% faster than before. So all the critical parameters such as machining strategy, machining speed, and cutting tool as all are stored in the process template, and it can be applied in a minute. Additionally, the reuse of proven method eliminate human error and ensure consistent quality, which is critical to their business. JK leveraged the streamlined 5-axis capability in NX-CAM, specifically designed for mold maker. NX automatically convert 3-axis operation into 5-axis operation to the machining's deep gravity and other complex design. With 5-axis machining, JK machinings can use shorter tool to reduce vibrations, machining tool deflections, and improve surface finish. While using significantly high cutting speed, using 5-axis machine, JK enjoy 4-time reduction in machining time. While eliminating bench work, this technology allowed JK to take on projects that they could not take on before. This customer success showed the power and scalability of NX that helps small manufacturers boost their productivity. According to JK president and owner, automation continue improve using NX, help JK machining to build reputation and delivering higher quality more on time. So this is how they stay competitive and grow their business. Next, I want to show some of the innovative technology. So how can we, using the new innovative technology, let company to achieve new level of automation and efficiency, while expanding their capability and opening a new business opportunity. First, let's take a look. Robot traditionally has been used in the automotive industry for assembly work and welding. Lately, robot machining is growing interest and will look at how you can use robot an alternative to machines too, or as an additional to machine tool. Robotic machining is capable of secondary operation like deburring, polishing, finishing, and trimming. CAM software is very good at producing paths that follow very precise position with high degree of control over the edge and positions of the cutting tool. Companies are increasing using robot for secondary operation because in many cases, these operations are performed by humans in the environments. In some cases, it is more cost-effective to use a robot instead of machine tool for certain types of operation. For example, robot offer a big reach, also larger size part can be easily machined. You can automate complete work shell with a CNC machines and robot that can be used for secondary machinings to peak and save operation. NX-CAM best capability to program robot to perform machinings, as well as machining standing operation, such as loading, unloading the workpiece. Another innovative technology, additive manufacturing, as known as 3D printing, is a transformative technology that builds parts by adding material. Other than subtracting, the conventional machining, it's been rapidly adopted by many industries because it's free manufactured from the limitations of conventional machining. Additive manufacturing enables production of parts that you could not do before, increased use of new materials, including various metals, only accelerate our adoption to this technology. For some parts, such as casting, you can reduce the production cycle from several months to a couple of weeks. According to the survey, 75% of companies are already adopt 3D printing in some way, from experimenting with the technology making final products. We look at a few examples using additive for metal and plastic. These are fixed plane additive manufacturing methods that deposit material planes by planes. Powder-bed fusion is a very established technology for building metal and plastic parts. It can produce parts with quite a good detail, near forged part material property, and good surface finish. On the right-hand side, a new multi-axis jet fusion technology from HP. By jetting functional agents using prince head, each layer of the part is defined by an area that is fused around by unfused powder. NS can drive the latest HP Jet Fusion 3D printer, which can significantly speed up the production of high-quality functional parts. Moving on to multi-axis additive. Hybrid additive machine from DMG Mari using the direct energy deposition techniques or bronze powder depositions to build up metal parts on the work surface that can move the 5 or more axes. You can use titanium or other alloy to this process. Rotating the build surface means that the part can be built many directions, which has several advantages. And this hybrid machine also have milling capability. The nozzle can be swept up for the cutting tools anytime. By alternating additive and subtractive manufacturing method on the same machines, you can produce breakthrough products such as part internal gravity. Also, the 5-axis milling on this machining let you finish to build part so you can manufacture production quality parts. One of the lower right multi-axis fusion depositions modelings using robot to control the depositions. This is reinforced fillers plastic that being deposited here in order to make that component. So we are very excited about this new 3D printing capability in the annex that support this different additive manufacturing methods. Another key aspect of digital technology is flow of informations. Manufacturers create informations all the times, and they have tracked the information. Which model am I actually working on, and what is the revisions? What package have I signed off, and where is the work package? Who got authorization to see, and how to do the control? All right. Sorry for there's some technical issue. So I think now everyone can see my screen. On the lower right, multi-axis views deposition modeling use a robot to control the deposition. And this is reinforced filler plastic and beam deposit here in order to make the components. So let's take a look next. Another key aspect of digital technology is the flow of information. Manufacturers create information all the times, and they have to track the information. Which model and is actually working on, and what is the revisions, what package have I signed off, and what is the work package. So who got the authorization to see, and how do I control it down to the shop floor? And these are some of the questions that we are hear from manufacturers. The CAD/CAM CNC process chain support the core machining solution, which meet the requirement for many manufacturers. For better information flow and improved collaboration, Siemens provides Team Center for data and process management. It enables the manufacturing teams to work together using single source of information. Connecting NX CAD/CAM and CMM to Team Center establish a basic and extended part manufacturing solutions. All types of manufacturing data, from 3D part model to setup sheet, tool list, and CNC program can be fully managed. To define this process sequence for manufacturing part, you can use Part Planner, a Team Center application. It lets you standardize the process and reuse proven processes. The manufacturing resource library give you a central access point. It gives you a central access point to cutting tool, fixtures, and other resources of the entire company. So when you are got a work package, you are validate it and you can check it. So you will send it to the software, down to the CNC machine, preceptor, and quality inspection in, equipments. In many cases, this is done efficiently by taking paper drawing, memory stick, and spreadsheet printout to the point of production. So Siemens provide efficient way to bridge the gap between engineering and production. By extending PLM to the shop floor, you can deliver manufacturing data from planning directly to the shop floor, which is no local data storage, thus eliminating duplicate data. The production staff can access current and release CNC program drawing, 3D model, and other digital data managed in Team Center, making sure that the correct manufacturing data is in use in production. Also, software application, it can be connected to Team Center. For example, tool data management let you ensure the tool are properly prepared and validated for scheduled job. The machine-specific CNC and CMM program can be delivered directly to machines tool and inspection quality equipment. This diagram represents a view of our complete solutions for digitalized part manufacturing. You go from planning to production using consistent data environments. It is very much a core part of the digital track concept. The integrated solution provides some unique and powerful advantages, including integrated comprehensive software system, centralized data and process management, and effective connections to the productions. Now, before end of my presentations, let's take a look. One of the customer success story is around 4 to 5 minutes video, and let's see how the customer transformed from the normal machine shop to the digitalization.
Halmad is a group of companies based in mold making. That's what my father started 35 years ago. We worked together quite closely to become the best mold maker in the world. When I started 20 years ago, I saw that we had 3 or 4 different programs in our company. We also had the issue here. Once you design it with that software, once with that software, files nice, but in the end, there were small details which were different.
And now that we focus on one system, it's easier to bring the part from one department to the other without losing accuracy.
We are using Siemens technology in all our areas. So we have a streamlined process from beginning to the end. It's especially important to have a digital twin in the virtual world. Because in the CAM department, we're building up the same situation we have on the machine.
We are currently driving turning machines with NXCAM. We are driving 3-axis milling machines with NXCAM and 5-axis milling machines also with NXCAM.
It's always resulting in lower costs, but also in shorter delivery times to our customers.
Mold making has a lot of different departments, and where Siemens especially helped us was to bring all these departments together.
The digital thread is the thing that streamlines the processes. Without the paperwork, we can start parallel processing.
They are using a team center to get this part out of the system. They're using the NX CAM function to make the programs and the machines. After the post-processing, they're using the simulation functions to bring a safe program to the machine.
Now, even the machine operator can check the CAD model. So before the machine operator gets the physical part on the machine, he can check with the designer to get this fixed early and to get a high quality part.
Well, the problem in mold making generally is that we are making every piece one single time. And that's where it helps a lot to locate these similar items in the past.
For example, with geolux, there we can find a part very fast in the system, and we can use the part itself in the design phase, or we can use the programs we needed for this part again. The benefits of reusing parts is that we can reuse the programs which we need for producing these parts, and so we do not need all steps again and again.
Siemens plays a very important role in the standardization, which is only possible through the team center and through the Gilo Search and the Siemens Connect. We can save, for example, up to 15-20% of the cost. The next steps in the future are standardization and automation. We are starting in the CAD, going through CAM, going through assembly, and everything is seamless.
The entire feature-based manufacturing is the basis for the automation. I'm actually working on a project to fully automate the NC programming of electrodes using feature-based manufacturing. So we want to build up about 80% of our electrodes to machine fully automatic without any human interaction. That's one thing that keeps us ahead from the competitors.
Mold making is very competitive, but to be honest, we are not focusing on our competitors. Not at all. We are focusing on ourselves to grow and make the steps forward. So with the Siemens integrated system, we have one solution for everything. which is always online, always live. So I would say that these are hundreds of thousands of euros every year which we are saving. I'm very optimistic that we can achieve lower prices in the future with even higher quality than nowadays. And I guess that's what every customer would like to see.
Thank you very much for the video. To summarize my topics today, so we cover a lot of ground today, and we discuss the unique advantages that the digital machines deliver, including increasing throughput, improving quality, and then the ability to expand your business with a new technology. Thank you. Now is the time open for Q&A. If you got any question, you can type in the chat box, or you can also email to us, Hitachi-san. Thank you very much for your time, and have a good day.
Thank you, Mr. Stanley. We will definitely remember the key takeaways on this digital machine shop webcast, which are process automation, breakthrough technologies, and end-to-end connectivity. I'm sure our audience had a better understanding on this. You can type your comment below if you have any inquiries as well. We will check it on later on. In the meantime, we will have a 10 minutes break to go for our second session. Please stay tuned with us. We will be back at 10 a.m. with our second speaker, Mr. Pierre Novaki. See you in a while.
Wala naman sa YouTube, 3 years ako kayong coach.
Meron. Ba't ganun?
You can send me the link.
Yun, kanina. Teka lang.
Wala, yung siya na
Nakita mo ako ng salita. Kaya lang, hindi ko pala maaano ito, Michelle. Kasi yung phone ko ginagamit, ito yung Samsung ko. Hindi ko na mamaya. O, sige.
Nag-comment na ako.
O, sige.
Face ka ba?
Wala akong face. Naglalakad tayo. O, sige. Naglalakad tayo. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
potential for the machine shop of the future is here now. It's a data-driven manufacturing environment that seamlessly connects your process, machine, robots, equipment, and all the other elements of your operation. It's an adaptive manufacturing system that can sense, learn, and share that knowledge with every resource in its ecosystem, including people. It's revolutionary technologies like additive manufacturing that will make impossible ideas possible, and advanced robotics that will transform both manufacturing and business, all while enabling greater efficiency, quality, and flexibility. It's a production system that knows the next move and adapts to changes on the fly. The key challenge facing today's machine shop is to use this new level of intelligence and communication from idea through production, and with access to this real-time information from anywhere, anytime, by anyone. At Siemens, we call this end-to-end interaction between the virtual and real worlds digitalization. That's how they're helping companies compete. Digitalization uses a digital twin to help you design the right product and discover the best way to make it. The digital twin is a precise virtual copy of both your real product as well as your manufacturing process and resources. We figured out the best way to seamlessly unite key elements from design through manufacturing and even actual use into a virtual model that performs like the physical equivalent. You reduce risk by ensuring every part is built on spec, on time, and on budget. You reduce bottlenecks and ensure process optimization. You take on more complex projects that would have previously been thought too risky or unprofitable. And finally, you increase flexibility with faster changes than ever before in any plant at any time. All of this to ensure you build the products your customers want, grow profits, and gain efficiency. At Siemens, we digitalize manufacturing. We can utilize the machine shop of the future today.
Industry is at the dawn of a new age in immersive computing. Technology is challenging the physical world. The way we interact with our environment is changing. Work is transforming. We are enabling this third wave. Our advanced AR software tools empower engineers to create applications across industries to solve problems in ways that were previously unimaginable. And our next generation devices, combined with this software platform, are making this transformation happen in inconceivable ways. Are you ready to transform?
The potential for the machine shop of the future is here now. It's a data-driven manufacturing environment that seamlessly connects your process, machines, robots, equipment, and all the other elements of your operation. It's an adaptive manufacturing system that can sense, learn, and share that knowledge with every resource in its ecosystem, including people. It's revolutionary technologies like additive manufacturing that will make impossible ideas possible, and advanced robotics that will transform both manufacturing and business, all while enabling greater efficiency, quality, and flexibility. It's a production system that knows the next move and adapts to changes on the fly. The challenge facing today's machine shop is to use this new level of intelligence and communication from idea through production, and with access to this real-time information from anywhere, anytime, by anyone. At Siemens, we call this end-to-end interaction between the virtual and real worlds digitalization. That's how we're helping companies compete. Digitalization uses a digital twin to help you design the right product and discover the best way to make it. The digital twin is a precise virtual copy of both your real product as well as your manufacturing process and resources. We figured out the best way to seamlessly unite key elements from design through manufacturing and even actual use into a virtual model that performs like the physical equivalent. You reduce risk by ensuring every part is built on spec, on time, and on budget. You reduce bottlenecks and ensure process optimization. You take on more complex projects that would have previously been thought too risky or unprofitable. And finally, you increase flexibility with faster changes than ever before in any plant at any time. All of this to ensure you go farther for customers' want, grow profits, and gain efficiency. At Siemens, we digitalize manufacturing so you can realize the machine shop of the future today.
Okay, welcome back to our second session. Hope you all feel refreshed after our 10 minutes break. I'm sure all of you are thrilled to listen and know more about Lenovo's AR/VR solutions. Let me introduce to you Mr. Pierre Novaki. He is the AR/VR Business Development Manager for Lenovo in Asia Pacific. He is currently based in Singapore. He oversees AR/VR projects from proof of concepts to deployments for enterprise use cases as part of the intelligent transformation Lenovo has been investing in for the last few years. From training to inspection to remote expert collaboration, Mr. Pierre understands very well the return on investments AR can bring, but also the challenges of introducing and deploying innovative technologies to create complete solutions. He will share more about this. So over to you, Pierre. Pierre, I think we cannot hear you. Sorry, Pierre, we cannot hear you. Pierre, we cannot hear you. Maybe they're fixing some technical difficulties. Let's just wait for a while. Are you all excited for the lunch? You can type your comment below. If you have any other inquiries, later we will revert to you.
Good morning, everyone. Can I go? Right. Thank you.
Hey, you're back, Pierre. Are you okay?
I'm just gonna wait a couple of minutes until we get the sound for everybody. Yeah.
Okay. We can hear you. Yes, we can hear you clearly, Pierre.
We can't hear Jackie.
Okay, so apparently we're all set now. Apologies for the few issues. So good morning, everyone. I'm gonna start again. So apparently nobody could hear me. So thank you everyone for joining the webinar, and thank you for the people who joined us physically as well. Thank you again to Itachi Sunway Singapore for giving me the opportunity to present ThinkReality, and also how we actually can scale AR/VR enterprise during the pandemic. My name is Pierre. I've been with Lenovo for the last 12 months, based in Singapore, and I lead the AR/VR business development activities here in the region. So in terms of the agenda, we're going to start with a quick introduction and what exactly Lenovo is trying to build here, and what we call the intelligent transformation. Because also the presentation is called, I would say, scaling enterprise during a pandemic. Of course, we're going to go over the context, the challenging times that we're all going through at this stage, and why AR/VR can actually help with the disruptions. Then I will present the ThinkReality platform and the complete solution. We will then move into what we call Sphere, which is our out-of-the-box solution provided from one of our partner. And the section just after will also cover how exactly it interfaces with enterprise systems like Teamcenter PLM, and that's where we're going today, I guess. I will present some of the use cases. I will show you some videos. That's the demo time about what exactly the device can do and what you can see through. And then we'll go through a Q&A. So don't hesitate to post your picture in the chat at the end, and I'll be happy to answer. So I guess there's no need to present Lenovo. Everybody knows the company. So we're actually a 50 billion global Fortune 500 company operating in 180 markets with more than 60,000 employees. And we have one bold vision, which is to deliver, I would say, smarter technology for all, to build a trustworthy and a sustainable digital society. For the last few years, you may have heard some of my Lenovo colleagues talking about what we call an intelligent transformation. And so, apart from the core business, which is obviously the PC, the commercial PC, the data centers, the Motorola as well, we've been investing a lot in new areas. And so we've been investing in edge computing, of course, in IoT, in AI, and AR/VR is among the things, a block that actually comes on top of it. And we've been investing in those technologies for the last 4 years. You may have heard of technologies like the Daystar, like the Mirror as well, our famous VR headset. So it's not new for Lenovo, except that the last year, the last 18 months, we've operated a shift towards more of the B2B, I would say, use cases. And that's mostly what I'm gonna talk about today. I guess we made that shift because we understood quickly that AR and VR both have very big potential for, I would say, use cases in enterprises. We're going to talk a lot about training. We're going to talk about inspection as well, maintenance. And the goal is always the same, trying to have a quick return on investment every time you actually use the solution. So why should we use AR? I mean, everybody talks about AR, VR all the time, but why exactly should we invest, and should companies invest in those technology? But I guess it comes back to what Stanley was talking about just before, meaning that a lot of different companies are going through digital transformation. And in addition to that, there is one block at the end of the day where you digitize your enterprise systems, you digitize your manufacturing lines, and how do you want to see that data at the end? Do you want to keep it in 2D, or do you want to move into 3D visualization where you could have a much bigger impact into knowledge retention and into also I would say training scenarios as well. So it's not just because AR, VR is the new kid on the block or the new trend. It's also because it has big impact in terms of visualizing something, being hands-free, being able to actually retain more information because you actually have that 3D model right in front of you, or that specific information as well. So it's not new, but it's something that I really wanted to reiterate as well. And before we move to the next section, I guess as part of the intelligent transformation, we also, I guess, took the idea of moving into a customer approach, because these technologies are so new that if you leave the device to somebody and you just tell them it's going to help them, it's going to finish on the shelf and nobody's going to use it. So we took the approach of a journey with our customers, making sure that we're here with them at every step. And to build something scalable as well, we've met so many different enterprises customers who have tried the technology and have stopped after the first project, just because they didn't have a scalable platform. So that's why we built ThinkReality, and I'm going to talk about this right now. So I don't want to, I mean, despite being in the title of I guess, of the presentation, I don't want to spend too much time, I guess, on the pandemic, because everybody knows the challenging times we're going through right now. I guess what I really wanted to highlight with this slide and the next one is the fact that it has not only changed the way we live, it has changed the way we work as well. And in a way, a lot of companies have accelerated their digital transformation. They wanted to do it in 2021, 2022, and for the last 6 months, we've seen many enterprises accelerating the way they just actually work, just because they can't travel anymore, just because they can't go to work. And a lot of that actually moved to my next slide to show the impact it has on the manufacturing and on companies broadly. So among those statistics that you can see on the slides, I guess the biggest thing, of course, is the fact that it has a massive impact on supply chain. A lot of different companies from top to bottom were actually impacted by, I guess, the disruptions that we're living. And, you know, it has also come to a way that AR, VR could actually help with some of those cases. And that's exactly why, actually, for the last few months, we've been receiving a lot of, I guess, requests about remote experts, about helping to train employees from home before they come on site. And that's why AR, VR is definitely useful. It won't replace the technician. That's not the goal at all. The goal is to help them be up and running and back to work with first the safety and then all the knowledge they need to actually do their work properly as well. So in terms of where ThinkReality can help, we're really actually focusing on the operational side of things. The goal is really to make sure that every time we apply the technologies, there is a return on investment. And I'm just going to get a quick example, but we need to link AR, VR with high-value assets. And by this, I mean that when it's 2 a.m. and the manufacturing line isn't working anymore, something's happening, the expert is very far away. How do you just solve that you don't actually lose hundreds of thousands of Sing dollars every hour, or sometimes even more, actually? And why don't we just use actually the glasses and be able to call somebody very far away and help him, guide him remotely? That's a case where you could reduce that troubleshooting time and you know, make sure that the field service resolution time is actually way smaller. And that's exactly a typical example. You know, you don't look at this as an investment for the future. You look at this as a troubleshooting tool for enterprise use cases. And that's exactly the view that has been working for all different enterprises at this stage. Moving on to, I would say, ThinkReality and the complete solution as well. So, as I was saying, we've met a lot of different companies that have decided to pursue AR, VR, but they've just stopped after a few months of investigation, just because they arrived at a point where they needed to have a platform and something that would enable to scale worldwide, or even to scale between different sites in the same country. And so that's exactly what we've done with ThinkReality. ThinkReality is the name of, first of all, the AR, VR, I would say, department at Lenovo, but it's also the name of the platform. And the platform enables, I would say, anybody to just assign an application or assign a device in a different country and make sure that you control from one website, one platform, everything that is happening in your factories and on your sites. And so below that, actually, as a next phase, ThinkReality comes as a complete solution. So it has hardware, enterprise-grade hardware that I will present. It has, of course, the platform, the services, and the software. And I guess this slide is a very good summary of what we provide. So I'm just going to start with the hardware that I will present later on, but I just wanted to give you a sneak peek as well for those who are actually not today with us. So this is the Lenovo A6, which is an enterprise augmented reality hardware. The great thing about this device, it's actually that the visor that you see here is safety certified. So it's really meant for a rough environment. It's not meant for just being in an innovation lab. It's meant to be worn by a technician on the line. Also, this device comes with a 42 degrees field of view. And as you can see, the device is actually, it doesn't block your side view as well. And you can also wear your glasses. I can actually show you right now. You can wear your own glasses on top of it, and you still see my eyes as well. So I can still see my surroundings. And that's the beauty of it, where in virtual reality, you're completely stuck in a world where you just see, and we were talking about gaming, we were talking about virtual environment, you're basically stuck. With augmented reality, you still have a view of your surroundings, but we are able to superimpose something on top of it. And I guess I haven't been talking about that, but for those who have never tried augmented reality, think just Pokemon Go. That was a true example of you have your phone, you look at something, and then you superimpose an information. Well, we do the same thing, except we show you work instructions, or we show you, I would say, images or videos of 3D models. That's the hardware. On the top left, the development platform, that's something that we've built with Unity to make sure that if the customer wants to build something for their own, and if they have the resources, well, they can just rely on that development platform to build their own apps. Now, that being said, for the last few months, we've had more and more requests from out-of-the-box solution, something that you can just use right away. And I'm going to present that after that. It's called Sphere. And Sphere is actually our turnkey app and solution, meaning that you can just take the device, you can do a remote expert call right away, but if you want to create a workflow, you can do that in less than an hour, even less. You can do that in half an hour. You can just take some images, some videos, copy paste it onto a platform, and really in half an hour, you have a workflow, you can work on your glasses. So the goal is to remove the barrier of adoption. Before, it used to take 6 weeks, 8 weeks to develop some content. Today, really in an hour, you can actually use the device. So it's pretty interesting because the cost is also reduced as well because you don't have to develop something. The platform, the cloud platform, I've talked about it. This is our MDM, meaning that that platform enables anybody to just deploy some apps within different users or different groups, but also make sure that you know which user have been using the glasses, and that's really important as well. One last thing I wanted to mention, it's the services on the top right. And the services are, again, comes back to the customer approach we have, where we decided to say, okay, this is not just a glasses and then you use it. It's much more than that. It's just say, okay, at each step of the process, we can help you with training, adoption, support, onboarding as well. It's a journey that we take together. Regarding the hardware, we've got quite some words for that, but I've shown you the hardware before. I guess if you had to remember one thing, we really went into this thinking, okay, we need an enterprise hardware. We need something that technician can use at any time of the day, and on the manufacturing, they can just drop it on the floor as well, and that's why we certified it. It's something that is made for rough environment, and that's exactly why we certified it. One thing that I'm not really going to talk about today is our VR, our Mirage VR S3. And not because it's not available, it's available, but it's a different technology. And I really want to focus on why we chose AR to integrate with, I would say, Siemens Teamcenter PLM. But we did announce our new VR headset, the VR S3, which is a standalone VR device with a 4K display. Very different again, because with this device, you see what you have in front of you. With this one, and I'm just showing it back because I have the slides. With this one, of course, you're stuck in a virtual world, but at different use cases. This one would be more for actual field service, where VR would be more for training before going into a dangerous area. I would say we've had cases where we had technicians who wanted to go onto an offshore platform. Well, how do we show them that before they go? Well, we use a virtual reality for that. That's an example of moving somebody into a very remote environment. Now, a few words about the platform. I've mentioned the users, I've mentioned the devices that you can manage, but the platform is also device agnostic and cloud agnostic, meaning that tomorrow, if you want to use the Lenovo A6 and then you want to use another device for different use cases, our platform is agnostic, meaning you don't have to use two different platforms. You can just plug them into one, and from there you can manage all your different AR, VR activities. About the cloud platform, this is also super interesting because we host it, we are on cloud, but we can also install this platform on premise. So, for confidentiality reasons, this is also very important, I guess. And so we have the luxury of making the platform cloud agnostic, so you can install it on your own premise. A few words about the security, because I believe this is very important. I've been talking about the cloud before, but every new product or every new update that goes through, I guess the funnel on our side goes through what we call the SSRB, which is a security review board, to make sure that we comply with different certifications, but also to make sure that there is no data leak, of course, and that everything that we deliver to the customer is safe. This is an engagement that we take because we understood that it's one thing to introduce the technology, it's another thing to keep the data safe and reliable and accessible. So we wanted to share that as well today because we believe it's very important. Final word about ThinkReality. I've been talking about the pandemic as well. How do you sanitize the device? You have different technicians using it every day, and I guess we've decided to select different paths. One path would be to actually use CleanBox. So CleanBox is, I would say, a UVC solution that basically cleans the device in less than 60 seconds, and which has proven to be effective against COVID, of course. And this solution is very interesting just to make sure that every time a new technician picks up for the next I would say, phase or the next shift, when he can just put the device in the box, take it back and use it. And he knows that 99% of the germs, and specifically at this stage with COVID, has been cleaned. Another reason to do it would be to use wipes. We have specific wipes that I have today as well, that you can use to clean the device. Again, that won't be as efficient, but that's a cheaper option as well. So that's down to the phase of the project, if it's a rollout or if it's a POC. Now, in terms of Sphere, and I guess Sphere is what I just presented. Sphere is the name of our out-of-the-box solution that came from one of our partners called HoloOne. And Sphere is today directly integrated within the ThinkReality platform. That means that when you go on the platform, you have a link directly to Sphere. And Sphere, as I was saying, enables anybody to use this device and the solution in a few minutes and in less than an hour. So we have 3 applications which are actually ready to be used. The first one is called Workflow Support. So it's an application where you would go online and you would just copy paste some of your I would say SOP or some of your work instructions, some of your checklists for inspection. You even if it's just only text, you just copy paste the text, the media, of course, images, videos, and 3D models, and you're able to get what you see on the screen, which is different screens in front of you. And the goal again is to make you hands-free, so you don't go on the shift with your paper or sometimes an iPad or a telephone. You can just put it on a device, and every time you go through, I would say, all the steps, you get the full report of everything that has been done. And that's actually the piece that I'm mostly going to talk about today, because with Hitachi Sunway, what we're actually working on right now is to get those instructions and those SOPs directly from Teamcenter PLM. And then you could actually push that to the workflow as a way to go through manufacturing or design activities. And that would be actually very useful because, again, you don't see them on the 2D screen, you see them using the glasses. First, you're hands-free, and then you have the knowledge right in front of you. You don't have to look for something on your paper. You're not missing any points as well. So the workflow is useful for many different use cases, and I will show you examples. Remote assistance is quite easy to understand, but again, with COVID, we've seen an uptake in the usage of this because, of course, with the travel ban and with the pandemic, the restriction on travels are quite big. So with the glasses today, you can actually call somebody from a computer from France, the US, Germany, anywhere in the world to Singapore, and you can guide him remotely. So you can tell him exactly what to do. You can highlight on his view and draw something on his view. And you can also share with him any kind of data, a PDF, a data sheet. So this is really interesting, and I guess I just wanted to show this slide as well, because the return on investment are actually quite immediate with this technology. Again, the first goal would be to minimize downtime. So think of it as a Skype call using glasses without using your hands. So minimize downtime, as I was saying before, making sure that when you have your manufacturing line running or your plant running, that if something happens at some point and you don't have the right people on site, when you can just call somebody remotely, and I think that makes complete sense. Be in 2 places at the same time, and finally give a premium support as well. We've had some customers who would, with their own product, with their own robots and their own machine, sell the glasses with it as a support tool. And so that they don't have to go to the customer site to give the support. They can just use the glasses remotely. So it's also a way to give premium support to some of your customers or to your own sites as well. And finally, the application, which is also out of the box, is called a digital workspace. Digital workspace is an application where you could use it for some of the design review with very large 3D models. We've seen less adoption on this application because most of the use cases are training, maintenance, and the remote experts. But this application is also something that is available. And as you can see, it enables some people to actually see a model together. But it's something that I would say has seen less adoption, despite being available today for sure. So now the question is, I would say, how do we go from Sphere to this webinar today and the collaboration with partners like Hitachi? Well, to integrate with a full enterprise system, you need partners. You can't just be a one-off solution. So for that, we decided to work with, of course, content provider, ISV, like other one, but we also wanted to partner with first system integrators and companies who can provide enterprise management system. And that's why we started working with Hitachi Sunway on specifically the Team and Team Center PLM solution, because we thought, and I think the market has seen that as well, that there is some correlation between some of the instructions you can see in Team and Team Center, and I would say the workflow application I just showed. And again, the goal is for us today, and I will show you quite a bit of the infrastructure. The goal is to say that from Team Center today, very soon you are actually going to be able to take some instructions and automatically push them into task on Sphere. So at this stage, we're exploring this with Hitachi Sunway, and I guess that's a path that is completely feasible, and I guess it's interesting because not only ThinkReality can sit on your premise, it doesn't have to be on our cloud, it can also interact with your system. So you don't have to actually change, we adapt for you, you actually keep working the way you are because it's already difficult enough with COVID. So for us, it's a way to say, okay, we're flexible enough, we take your system, we integrate with it. So it can work both ways. You can take, I would say, data from Team Center, push it to Sphere, but you can also decide to say, okay, I've done my inspection, I've actually assembled the part. I want to make sure that it's written somewhere in the system. So Sphere can also have a report that is pushed back to an ERP or an MES or a PLM system, even if that wouldn't be the case. Sometimes it would be an ERP or an EMS. But that being said, we can integrate with enterprise infrastructure. And I guess that's the key as well of many customers being blocked after that first project. I mean, I have invested in all those different systems. How does ThinkReality interact with everyone? And that's exactly why we're building partnership with companies like Hitachi Sunway. We've been working with one of the leading train manufacturers, I guess, on a pilot where, again, what they've done is they had a case where they needed some employees to be trained by experts which were in different countries, and of course these experts can't travel anymore. So what they've decided to do is invest in the glasses and use what they call the remote experts to just say that every time they have a new employee, he goes through some training with somebody very far away. And the interesting thing is that we've seen actually a reduced time of training using the glasses because we had a much better knowledge retention when we had an expert actually, instead of coming first the travel cost as well, then you reduce that, and then we had a much better training phase and reduced training phase using the glasses. And again, that was interesting for them because this company is selling very high value assets. And so every time they have an issue also with the maintenance, not only the training, they are thinking, okay, I can just send one guy instead of 3 on site, and I can just make him wear the glasses and make sure that he has the right information in front of him. And so again, he doesn't go with 2 or 3 books, he doesn't go with a paper and a pen, he goes with the glasses and he goes with some instructions. And that first facilitates his work and then making sure that his hands-free. So he has a full view of what he's doing and he's working while he's getting some instructions. So that was a very interesting use case. One of the public use cases we can share is Baker U, a company, of course, that most of you know at this stage, who's been working with our development kit to actually build health and safety training. So what they've done is they've taken their own instructions, but they've also used some of the 3D models that they had, and they used it actually to create health and safety, I would say, instructions, just to make sure that when a new employee goes on site, it doesn't go just following the slides that he's been reading the last few weeks, or just a piece of paper saying you need to wear this, you need to wear this, you need to just take your helmet. With the glasses, the first few steps of actually the work is to make sure that he's fully safe and prepared to go on site. Not only that, we can also show him what exactly the site would look like with a 3D model in front of him. So there is just much more than just showing something, beautiful and detailed. The goal is to apply that to an operational need. So think of it as, okay, where do I struggle today? Where are my needs? Do I need to train people faster? Do I have an issue with my OEE on the machine? And think of AR/VR as a solution to solve all of that. And the last case, which we've been talking a lot about today, but again, with COVID, we've seen an uptake, is some of the actors of the semicon industry. Again, they've had some really difficult times with their own supply chain, I guess, during COVID, and using the remote expert solution helped them greatly to coordinate different sites' activities. I guess I've been talking a lot about remote expert, but again, that's a strong case of an industry taking it and using it for their own usage. So if I had to summarize again the commercial application, that's I guess the 4 pillars that we've been talking about today. I would say the training, I would also say the remote expert, the maintenance, and the quality control. That's where AR/VR has been proven to be useful. And for that, I also wanted to share some of the return on investment we've seen already. So as you can see on the slide, we've seen a 30 to 60 reduced training time using augmented reality compared to actually using paper or slides or PDF or training sessions. We've actually improved training time. Now, of course, in terms of manufacturing, the goal is always to remove errors during assembly or during break fix as well. And we've been able to do that because most of the cases, in most of the, I would say, customer studies, every time they were following the piece of paper, sometimes they were missing steps as well. With the glasses, you don't miss any steps anymore because the glasses doesn't take the decision for you. You still need, I would say, the technician to use its own knowledge and move to the next step once he thinks the job is done. So again, it's not about replacing the technicians, it's about helping them with different solutions. And of course, the field service, I've mentioned that before, making sure that we decrease resolution time, using the remote experts. Now, before I move to the demo time, the last slide I have at this stage is how does this work? I mean, how do we start a project? What's the cycle for a company to actually adopt the technology? Well, we've seen different scenarios just because the COVID situation has accelerated a lot the adoption of the technology. But roughly, it starts with what we call a proof of concept or a pilot, where we choose a use case which makes sense in terms of return on investment, and we try to, we train the people on site. So we go on site, we onboard them, we make sure that they know how to use the technology. If they have some feedback, we take them and we make sure that for the pilot phase, we integrate those feedback as well. And then, as you can see, at the end of the day, when you adopt the technology, we make sure that we integrate with systems. And I guess it comes back to the story with Hitachi Sunway and of course the Team Center Siemens PLM, because we want to make sure that when we have a customer who is ready to move to the next phase, we have that integration in place, and that's where we're actually that's what we're doing at this stage right now with Hitachi. Now, if you also have to remember one thing, I guess the use case is key. The first use case you go through is gonna, I would say, impact your entire project. Because if the first use case brings value instantly, first they're gonna get more buy-in as well internally, and also we're gonna forget about this as a gadget. We're gonna see that as a solution for industries. And so that's the key. The use case is key, and we can help you with defining the use case for sure with Hitachi. Now, I'm gonna move to a demo time. So as a demo, I would say I have decided to take 2 videos, one for the remote expert and one for a workflow with instructions that the Hitachi team has given me and that I've put on the glasses from Team Center. So you're gonna see how it looks now. So I don't think there are actually, I would say, audio on the videos, but I can just talk over it, that's fine. Okay, so for that first video, it's actually the remote expert. So you're on the PC, you're calling somebody, that's the glasses, the view of the glasses. And that small dot you see in front is the way you select something on the glasses. From the PC, you can take a screenshot, annotate, and push it back to the view of the glasses that you will see right now. So on the glasses, I can get not only pictures, but I can also get some instructions, some data sheets, some PDF. And all that just using my hands, or sometimes just being hands-free as well. That's for the remote expert. That was a quick one. I guess the next one will be a bit different. So actually, that's the application that's actually the Sphere application on the A6. So it's an app where I will actually select a workflow that, again, has been given to me by the Hitachi team from Teamcenter. As you can see, I can move the menu as much as I want in my space. So I just select the Hitachi Sunway demo on the device, and I start the workflow. So the workflow appears as a step-by-step instruction that I can move around. It's a bit jittery at the beginning, and then I fix it in my view. So it gives me a first step, a description, and then I can attach next to the step a 3D model. That 3D model appears next to me. You see I'm actually moving in the space right now. It's fixed in space. So if I want to move around the model, I can just stand up and walk around it. And actually it's pretty strong because you can define the scale of the model as well, meaning that not only it can be small, but it can be scale 1 and just on top of the reality as well if you want. There is a next phase where I'm gonna show you another 3D models that the team gave me from Teamcenter. And again, I just wanted to show how easy it is to just put a small media, a small object, click on it, and be able to just see it in front of you, like you see it right now on I guess on the camera. The resolution of the display is 1080p, so it's actually quite detailed, and you're going to be able to see everything that is on the surface or even inside. You could even go inside the model and see the inside if you kept the inner side. And so once you finish the workflow, as you can see, you can give a rating, give some feedback, and it gets you a report. And that report gives you all the different points that I guess you can integrate. Perfect. So I guess I'm actually done for the presentation, but I will answer some of the questions right now. So I will just check the chat. Also, if we have any questions first, maybe in the audience, and then I'll answer everybody. But any questions from your side? Nope. Okay. Sorry? Yes, of course. So unfortunately, for the people who are watching the stream, I mean, probably next time, and feel free to contact the Hitachi Sunway team to get a demo. But I will for sure give a physical demo to the people on site just after that. Let me just check if we have some question on the chat as well, and I'll answer that.
Yeah.
Actually, would you mind accessing the chat for me?
Okay. Okay.
Great.
Thank you.
Great. Give me just 1 minute, and I will answer some of the questions. That might be easier. Do you see anything? Okay. All right. So maybe there are no questions at this stage. So if there are any questions anyway. Okay. Yeah. I mean, you feel free to reach out to the team. And thank you again for being on that webinar, and of course dialing to see the Stanley's presentation and mine. And thank you very much, everybody, for today.
Yeah.
Stay safe.
So,
Thank you, Pierre. We will take note of these three core concepts: versatility, reliability, and innovation that underpin this Lenovo ThinkReality. We are certain that this will create a new possibilities for enterprise. Okay, thank you everyone for staying with us. Please scan the QR code for the feedback form. Okay. Okay, please scan the QR code. We will select 5 winners. Prize would be worth 500 NX Manufacturing Fundamentals Training Voucher. Okay, we will be giving you 5 minutes. And then timer starts now. Please have the feedback.
Hi everyone, thanks for the sections and thanks for all the participants and given a chance from Hitachi Somewhere Singapore to share reality, think about how to use and integrate on the AR, VR and also machine shops. And please feel free to give us a Q&A and we hope that we can reply you as possible. Thank you. Yeah, please fill up their feedback forms to us, and we'd like to hear for more feedbacks, and we can do a better and do more sharing section with all of you.
There is one guy that
So far, we have not received any questions. So while we are doing online and offline as well, we do have attended a few of their participants or their clients in-house. So we'd like to hear more from your online clients to be able to share with us on your question as well. Our team is ready for you. So please feel free to give us your questions. All right, so I will over to our host, Jackie's to give some lucky draw sections and waiting for you guys on the feedback form. Come, Jackie, over to you.
Okay, thank you, Miss Janet. Okay, everyone, we encourage you to fill out the feedback form. We're left with 2 minutes and 42 seconds. Okay, now we have 4 already, 5 winners. So please do fill out. Okay. 2 minutes left. This is a good opportunity. You can have a $500 voucher for our NX Cam training. One minute and 58 seconds. Okay, now it's getting more. We have 8 people. Okay, just continue to filling out the feedback form. We will contact you if you're interested with our digital machine shop and Lenovo ThinkReality. Okay, now we've got 7. Okay, almost down to 1 minute. Go. Just fill out, you still have time. Okay, 30 seconds. Just keep on filling out. Don't be shy. Okay, 9, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we will select. Wait a second. Okay, click the spin. Hopefully, you can be the winner. Okay, first winner is XT Zhang. Okay, congratulations, XT. Okay, let's go for the second one. Okay. Spin. Okay, congratulations, Miss Gentio from Coastal Pin. Okay, next one. We've got 2, 3 more to go. Hey, congratulations, Mr. Yuen. Okay, 2 more to go. Who will be the lucky winners? Yes, Mr. Rigo, you're our fourth winner. Congratulations. Okay, last one. Mr. Candy, congratulations, you're the fifth winner of our lucky draw. Congratulations to all of you. We will contact you for the prizes. Thank you once again and stay connected with us on our next live webcast. Stay healthy and safe, everyone. Bye.